I'm 64 years old, and I'm still trying to prove I'm good enough to exist. These were the haunting, honest words of actress Jamie Lee Curtis in a 2022 interview. She was being recognized for her lifetime achievement at the Oscars. Yet beneath the spotlight, she opened up about something that never left her. The inner drive to prove she deserved to be. Her words struck a deep chord, because many of us, even without the fame, live with that same ache. The quiet pressure to earn our place, to prove we belong, to convince others, or maybe even God, that we're finally enough. It shows up in subtle ways. Overcommitting. We work harder when we're empty. We pretend we're fine, just to be accepted. The fear behind it, that if we ever stopped proving, we'd disappear. But what if we've been measuring worth in the wrong direction? What if being loved was never something to earn, but something already spoken over us by the one who made us? From a young age, the world teaches us, prove yourself, perform, achieve, be useful. Even in spiritual spaces, we carry the same mindset. We serve, hoping God will notice. We obey, hoping God will finally approve. But grace tells a different story. Grace says, you were already seen, already chosen, already loved, not because of what you do, but because of who He is. But God shows His love for us in that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. Romans chapter 5 verse 8, if that's true, then everything changes. We don't live to earn worth, we live from worth. We don't work to get love, we work because we're loved. Let go of the weight, the pressure, the inner critic. You don't have to perform for a seat at the table. You were already invited. By grace. Reflection 1. You are not what you produce. In a world that measures people by their output, their job, their results, their impact, it's easy to forget that you are not a machine. You are not made to be constantly optimized. You are not an algorithm. You are a soul. Your value was established before you did anything, and it will remain long after. God didn't wait for you to become useful before He loved you. He loved you when you were still unsure, still breaking, still in the dark. Reflection 2. You don't have to earn rest. Some of us were raised to believe that rest is a reward, that you have to finish your to-do list, be productive, meet expectations, and only then you've earned permission to breathe. But God invites us to rest first. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Matthew chapter 11 verse 28. You don't have to prove you're tired. He already knows. You don't have to justify why you feel burnt out. He sees it. The invitation to rest is not conditional, it's grace. Reflection 3. Stop performing for God. Sometimes we think we have to keep our spiritual life looking clean and holy. We put on the good believer face, say the right words, hide the inner mess. But God is not impressed by masks. He sees the soul. He doesn't want your performance. He wants your presence. He doesn't ask for perfection. He asks for honesty. Reflection 4. You are more than your failures. Maybe what keeps you trying to prove yourself is shame. The memory of a mistake, a regret, a weakness. You think, if I try hard enough, maybe I'll cover it up. Maybe I'll redeem myself. But friend, that's not your job. That's His. For by grace you have been saved through faith, and this is not your own doing. It is the gift of God. Ephesians chapter 2 verse 8. You don't have to save yourself. You don't have to outrun your past. Christ has already covered what you're still trying to hide. That's not failure. That's redemption. Reflection 5. You don't need to be loud to be seen. In a noisy world, it's easy to believe that if you don't stand out, you'll be forgotten. But the eyes of God are not distracted. He sees the quiet hearts, the ones who serve without applause, the ones who cry without words. You are not forgotten. You are not unseen. You are deeply, fully, eternally known. So, what do you do now with this truth? You stop chasing approval like it's oxygen. You stop bargaining with your Creator. You stop running in circles trying to earn what's already been given. You slow down. You breathe. You return. You let the words of grace sink in deeper than the words of fear ever could. This world will always try to convince you that your worth is in question. But heaven has already answered it. With blood, with a cross, with a whisper that says, you are mine. I have loved you with an everlasting love. I have drawn you with unfailing kindness. Jeremiah 31:3. You are not made to prove yourself. You were made to walk in grace, to carry peace, to live beloved. So now, I ask you gently, what would your life look like if you stopped trying to prove your worth and simply believed you already have it? If this quiet truth touched your heart, you're not alone. Let this be a safe place for stillness and awakening. Feel free to leave a comment, a thought, a prayer, a moment of honesty. And if this helped you pause and breathe a little deeper, I invite you to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who may need to hear it too. Not to prove anything, just to pass on what grace has whispered to you.